Have you ever watched somebody jump the length of two entire school buses, all while just riding a dirt bike? Well, if this is something you're interested in, or dirt bikes and extreme sports in general, I believe AMA Supercross is something that you may be interested in. Personally, I'm a huge fan of this sport, and I've been watching it live on television for a couple years now. Fortunately enough, a couple weekends ago, I was given the opportunity to travel to Minnesota and watch my first AMA Supercross event live in person. This was life-changing for me, and as a big fan, I have learned a lot of facts behind this sport. AMA Supercross is a rising extreme sport that I believe everybody should know more about. So I am going to teach you some facts behind it, like the history, different qualifications, and different racing classes, which have progressed a lot throughout the years. Before Supercross was brought into play, dirt bike racing was strictly outside at a motocross event. This was until 1972 when the racing industry changed for the better. At the Los Angeles Coliseum, they decided to host the Super Bowl of motocross. They hosted it here because this is where the first Super Bowl was hosted, so they found it fitting. This event brought in football lovers and motocross lovers. It got the attention of lots of people and lots of fans. So, just 2 years later, they decided to host the first season of Supercross. Although it was short, it was loved by the people. In the beginning of motocross, it was started with a 3-moto format, similar to motocross. They had 2 4-stroke classes, 500 cc's and 250 cc's. They also even had a 2-stroke class at 125 cc's. Unlike today, they got rid of 500s and 125s and brought in 450s. They also stuck with the 250s as it was a favorite. Andrew from Motorsport stated that Pierre Karsmakers was the first champion of Supercross, which was an honor. Supercross changed the racing industry and was known as the Americanized version of motocross. It consisted of a smaller area to work with a man-made track, many jumps, tight corners, and whoops. The whoops are a very high crash zone as they are 3 feet tall. So they're 3 feet jumps over and over again, very close together. Supercross consists of a very different terrain than motocross due to the fact that it is inside. With motocross, you have to worry about the weather conditions. If it were to rain, it'd get extremely muddy, but inside, they're able to pick the perfect mixture, Like the weather changing, the qualifications also changed. But everyone had to start from somewhere. In the beginning days of Supercross, they had to go through amateur rankings and also score points at the Pro-Ams in order to attain their racing license to be able to race at Supercross and motocross. Although, as the years went on, racers started to get away from this, and they would skip gaining points at the Pro-Am and go straight from the amateur rankings to the pros, which was not allowed. So they decided to change it. Josh Mosman from MXA Motocross stated that today they have to go through qualifying through the features, which in the end is better because it gives them a better experience of what they will do when they're a pro. It allows them to be at the stadium and race alongside the pros. Although they still do have to go through the 250 class before they are able to move up to 450 cc's. Although there are many rules and regulations that go along with AMA Supercross, it is all truly about having fun and being able to ride dirt bikes during those cold winter months. AMA Supercross allows dirt bike racing inside. It gets you out of that cold weather in those colder states and allows you to be able to ride in the winter. It allows you to experience some summer and get out of that cold. Supercross is every Saturday, January through May. This changed the industry since motocross is in the summer. It also allows racing in the winter and allows dirt bike racing year-round, which really changed the industry for the better. At the Supercross event I went to, I was able to get this shirt, which has the sponsor of Supercross on it, the starting line of Supercross on it, somebody throwing a whip, and then all the Supercross events of this year, all the different places they will go. During this speech, I hope you were able to learn something about the history of Supercross, the qualifications to get into it, and the different classes, which are all important during the Supercross event. This extreme sport needs to be more heard about due to the fact that it is loved and enjoyed by all ages. And it allows you to have a break from the winter and enjoy summer activities.